Well, good morning, Scott Mingus, Neil McLeod, once again, Fractional Exec. And today we're going to spend a little time just kind of going across the industries we've worked in or are working in.
Yeah, and we're in a unique position as fractional execs to deploy AI and how to deploy human expertise to assist on that front to ensure that people are doing it the right way. We just touched on a half a dozen different industries that we've had exposure to, but it's very similar and common across all industries that people are trying to figure out where they fit, what it means to them, how do they deploy it, leverage it. We talked education, we talked about associations, we talked transportation, healthcare, insurance. The use cases may be slightly different across those organizations, but the same principles hold true that you still have to figure out and talk through your path forward. What is your goal? Back to your earlier point, what are you trying to accomplish? And how can you best leverage emerging technologies that are now currently available? It's a really fascinating time, and it's a fantastic time for people to just dive in, because I know there's a lot of people sitting on the fence right now. And let us have a conversation with you and talk to you a little bit about where you're at in your organization. We're not going to press you to make decisions that you're not comfortable with, but we can help you with the education, and we can have conversations with you about ways to dip your toe in the water and ways that we could potentially help you at least move forward, take the right step in the right direction to try it, just begin the process.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think there is certainly as the entrepreneur's dilemma, right? Is how do I work on the business when I'm working in the business? It's something that people don't always realize when they're in the heat of the battle, right? When they're so myopic on what's going on within their own organization, they can't look up and see the field ahead. And that's the advantage of what we do as fractional execs, is having multi-industry experience, but also not being mired down in the day-to-day politics, the day-to-day challenges and problem solving, but being on that strategic level and helping pull you out to understand that, make your plan visible for the team and align them, and then accelerate execution in that fashion. And it's, I would say that there's a wall in the middle of AI right now. There's those that are excited and there's those that are fearful. And, we help bring people that are fearful over that wall into excited, because there's so many things that you can do with the tools. It's moving so rapidly that you really can't fall behind if you jump in. But if you don't jump in, you're going to be left behind. So help us help you, I guess. At the end of the day, it's like, how can we bring you over that wall into excitement? How can we help you sort through the chaos and figure out, how do I and where do I apply this into my business to win, right? Because I think you will get energized. I think your workforce will get energized once they understand the opportunity.
Awesome. Well, that's a great spot to close on, Scott. Appreciate the time. And I think just to tee up our next set of conversations, we're gonna bring Audrey Crane in a couple of weeks to talk a little bit about design thinking and how divergent thinking can be extremely beneficial to organizations. And it's something that AI isn't necessarily very good at. So her background is leading product design, and we're excited to have that conversation coming up soon.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thanks, Neil. And to our audience, like, share, tell all your friends, just like usual. Have a great week.